Good. How are y'all?
What was it like meeting Triple H?
Oh, it was good. Met him a couple other times, but him and Shawn Michaels my favorite two wrestlers.
The Heartbreak Kid?
Yeah.
You guys have done it a couple times over the years, but when you play a team this close together, twice in 3 weeks, whatever, what is that like preparing for a team you just saw?
Our notes are a couple pages back, so you really don't have to look too far. But it's just like a halftime break. They're gonna make adjustments. We make adjustments, and may the best team win. See who can recover the fastest, and clean up their mistakes from the first time we met.
Did you notice the division? Obviously, you play these teams twice a year anyway. Do division teams really try to change things up from one game to the next? Have you noticed?
I don't think so. I think a team right now has their identity, and they're just going to stick with it. And it's just like a stubborn way of thinking in my mind. But if it works for people, it works for them. We're still going to come out and try to run the ball and attack with our play action, and they're going to try to disguise everything. Throw a bunch of different looks at us, a couple cover zero looks every now and again to try to throw us off. But no, I think everybody just sticks to their guns and plays how they play.
You guys have faced more zone coverage than any team over the last few weeks. Why do you think that is, and what opportunities maybe does that present for the offense to attack?
I think nobody wants to play me, Jax, and Locke or Noah in man coverage, for a whole game. So I think, that's just the personnel, that we have. And, it's just smart by DC not wanting to play us in man coverage for a whole game or, for the majority of a game because, we got people that'll beat that. But we just got to attack the zones and catch the ball and get upfield. And just try to break as many tackles as we can and, get as many yards after catch as we can, but also open up the run game so we can gash them in that area.
There's been some missed opportunities in the red zone this year. What have the conversations been around that or been like around that?
Just trying to figure out ways we can punch the ball in and score in the red zone. Like you said, what we've been doing hasn't been working, so we've done a bunch of self-scout over the past couple weeks, and I'm sure, Coach Grubb and the whole offensive staff is coming up with a better game plan to, try to score points down there. And nobody's intention is to, get down there and stall. But that's just one struggle that we've had this season, and we're continuing to work on it.
As a wide receiver, what's the challenge when you're working with such a short field and not very much space there?
I think it just plays into the defense's advantage because they don't have as much area to cover, and that just takes away from the routes that we can run down there. I know a lot of our routes are to stretch the field and to get a lot of high lows, but with the condensed field, we got to try to run the ball or try to beat them laterally.
Did you know what was going on with Michael Dixon during the game on Sunday?
No. I'm pretty focused on, my job and trying to score or get open. But they told us on the side that, we may not punt. So I didn't ask any questions after that. We going for it on fourth down. I'm not coming out the field, so that's just like a plus in my mind.
So you weren't, by that point, you weren't surprised when you went for it on, 4th and 6?
No, because I think we were still down at that point, and we were trying to score a touchdown because a field goal wouldn't have done us any justice.
DK, you guys have come up with the drive you've needed when you've needed it the last few weeks, but overall offense production's a little bit down last 5 games or so. What have you kind of seen over that stretch as to why you guys haven't been able to produce a little bit more consistently points-wise, and what do you guys need to tick up with a little bit here?
I don't think we're looking pretty much into that aspect of it. We're winning games, and we score when we need to. So I think that's just the only positive we can take away from it and continue to build on it. But with the message going forward has been to start faster. And to continue to hold that streak that we have. If we come out and score points on the first drive or in the first couple drives that we have, then that's always a positive. But I don't think we're looking too much into the skid that we've been on because we've been winning games.
What do you attribute to that you guys do find ways to score the points and the touchdowns when you need them?
I think just our level of focus. Whenever the defense gets a stop, they've been getting stops whenever we've needed them to. The defense has just been playing lights out, and I think that just puts an extra chip on our shoulder that we can't just leave our brothers out there high and dry like that. We got to start answering and start scoring points more frequently. So I think it's just the team effort, the team mentality that we've had. We can't just let the defense do all the dirty work.
You talked about the focus. Has there been a different kind of energy since you guys came back from the bye week, and especially after that win after San Francisco?
I think just our attention to just 1 week at a time, not trying to look forward you know, 2 weeks ahead or even the next day. We're just focused on the present moment and just controlling what we can control. And I think that's been a key, you know, attribute or a key thought process that we've held the past 3 weeks now. That you know, we're not looking ahead. We're only just focusing on the present.
You think fatherhood's going to change your head coach?
You said what?
You think fatherhood will change your head coach?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. He's like a robot sometimes, huh? So, you know, he'll get some personality with the kid, with little Jack. But yeah, I think it'll change him. Yeah.
Did you think that you were maybe seriously hurt when you went down in the second half?
Hell yeah! I ain't just gonna sit down. I ain't just gonna sit down there. My foot went numb. I've never felt that. Only other time I felt that was when I broke my neck. Was my arm went numb and it felt like it was on fire. That same thing that happened in the game. My foot was numb. Cal Fan came over. He was like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Bro, it feels like a puddle of blood is in my cleat." And he just started pressing my foot and he was like, "Does that hurt?" I was like, "No." He was like, "Oh, you're gonna be fine." And then I was like, "All right, bet."
So what was it?
It was he hit a perennial, I think he said, nerve in my knee that shot down to my foot, and it was just like hitting your funny bone.
So the shoulder thing, is that you practiced last week? You missed practice a couple of days with the shoulder thing. Was that something or?
What shoulder?
What?
What shoulder thing?
I don't know which one.
Exactly.
You had some big blocks in the game against the Jets. How close do you feel like the run game is to finally kind of breaking out?
I think it's just something that we have to just continually work on and just continue to press forward. And I think, you know, we'll get Ken or Sharps to pop a long one. And, you know, everybody will put this run game mess to bed.
What makes Kobe Bryant a good safety?
I call him Ed Reed. I know it's a stretch, but just hear me out. No offense to Ed Reed or anything, but just the way that he tracks the ball, he's always near the ball. Just going back to, you know, when he was a rookie, he's always had a nose for the ball, whether that was punching it out, catching picks, or, you know, making a open field tackle. I just thought he had the complete package to be a great defensive player.
With the punch-out part, like, is he someone maybe in camp more than practice that you really got to be aware of, like when you're trying to finish a run in practice or camp or anything?
I think that's just our whole defense, or any defense around the league. I think that's just pretty much what everybody's teaching now is the punch-out, the Tillman punch-out is what they call it. So I think that's just what every coach is preaching, because they rather have a forced fumble than a tackle any day of the week.
And what did Ed Reed nickname, when did he get that?
After I seen him in camp his rookie year.
I know that you spend more time watching film of like your offense or opposing defenses, but when you see Leonard Williams on film, what stands out most?
He's a big dude, and he's just wrecking games. I thought he was going to get Player of the Week last week because he had a great game last week. But, you know, congratulations on him getting it this week. He comes in to work every day. He's a great professional, great teammate to, you know, come in the building and work with every day. But just kudos to our whole defense just for the way they've been playing these past few weeks. They've definitely held us up, held this team up, and, you know, just looking forward to, you know, seeing them finish off this season strong.
I think the 4th and 6th play to Jackson, that was, if I remember correctly, that was a bit of a scramble situation, and it seems like he's taken a step forward in that regard. What does it take for a receiver to really be good in those situations?
If you don't get the ball in the first read and the play breaks down, you can't just sit there and look at the quarterback. You have to know exactly where the other routes are and just make a quick and decisive decision. So I think that's the only thing that separates a great scrambler from, you know, a not so good one.
Is there some rhyme or reason to where you go? I mean, is it just pure playground football at that point? Or
exactly. Yeah. You got to know the play, the base of the play, and, you know, basically where everybody's route is ending up. So I think we both had. He had a low option, I had a high option. I was always on the right side of the field. Nobody else was further than me, or nobody else was above me, so I just kept running. Locke was above him, so Locke broke across the field, and Jack just saw open grass, and you just run the open grass.
On a completely random note, when you're talking about blood in your cleat, it made me think about the My Cause, My Cleats program. Can you talk a little bit about this Sunday?
How did you get that? All right, my bad.
What do you want me to ask you randomly? Hey, talk about this. The blood and cleat. Good segue, though. But talk about like the partnership, what it means to you to do this stuff.
I mean, it just meant the world to me. Prison Fellowship is just an organization I've been, supporting since my rookie year, but just to bring along a sound local organization that I can start to support. I mean, it just brings more eyes to the causes that they have at hand, and it's a great donation for whoever gets my cleats in the coming weeks. So I just think it's a good thing that the NFL has going, just to bring awareness to the players and what they support off the field.
What do you think of the design? What do you think of the design of the cleat?
Oh, it was all AI generated. I thought the AI, it turned out great. Just from not, a human doing it to a computer doing it. I'm not too much into AI, but it turned out good.
Why Prison Fellowship?
I was in church when I was a sophomore or junior in college, and the preacher was talking about prisoners, and I just never thought about the prisoners and how they don't have a second chance at life. A lot of people just write them off and just forget about them. But with Prison Fellowship, they get a second chance at life, or just a second chance of hearing the Word of God. And with that organization, you have people who go in and visit the prisoners and just have Bible study with them and just treat them like humans, other than just a curse to society.
Have you been visited a prison?
No, sir.
Is that something you'd be interested in?
Well, no, I did. Like a month ago. Dave Love, the team security guard, took me, Mabry, Noah Fant, and a couple other guys to a juvenile hall here.
Was that part of the Simba program or something different?
No, we just ran. Dave Love actually hooked it up and gathered a couple players, and we went there on an off day.
What was that like?
It was good. It was a good experience just to talk to the younger guys and younger men and women in there, and just basically the whole message of you're not forgotten. You do have a life outside of here that you will be able to live, and just don't forget about it.
What did they want to know from you?
They were asking me questions. Was Locke was better than me? How was it playing with Pete? How was it playing with Marshawn? Do I think we're going to make the playoffs? Why do I crash out on the field? And those were pretty much the basic questions or comments that they were saying. But they were very truthful, very honest, and I respected them for it.
You're asking about Marshawn? You didn't play with
Yeah.
Marshawn.
No, I played 3-4 games with Marshawn. That was it.
What was that?
It was great. Yeah, I mean, he's a Hall of Famer in my book. Great player, great person off the field. And, for those 4 games 3-4 games that I had with him, it was just great to be around a guy of that caliber who knows himself in and out and doesn't care what anybody else thinks about him.
How long did you spend with them, with the juvenile detention?
Just a couple hours.
What was the answer to the crash out question?
Hmm?
You said they asked you about the crash out stuff. What did you tell them?
I said it's a physical game, and sometimes you got to crash out.
Anything else? Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.